Good morning. Happy Friday. Aileen here, and I'm live with my usual Friday session. And today I'm going to be talking all about niching down. And this is one of my absolute favorite topics. I really enjoy talking about this because it made such a huge difference when I started doing online color analysis to know exactly who I was targeting. And it's become even more important now. I can just see some eyes joining me now. If you're joining me, say hello. Let me know who you are. Let StreamYard know who you are. Somebody's saying hi, but I don't know who it is. Let me just give a peek in the group. So I'm obviously in the group. Let me just check that I'm in the right place. Um, Make sure that I am live. Okay, let me see. Um, I'm not seeing myself yet. Am I seeing myself yet? Let me just refresh and see if I am live streaming into the group. If you are watching me live this Friday morning, say hello. If you're watching me on replay, hashtag replay. Um, Falguni has said hello. Hi, Falguni. Great to see you. Who else is here with me this morning? Say good morning. You know, I love to know who is joining me here. What do you hope to get from the session this morning? Now, I have a lot to pack in our session today because I want to actually do a little exercise with you. I love to be practical. I love to share something that you can implement in your business straight away. So, also attached to the session this morning is a little worksheet that you can download and print off, and you can work along with me in this niching. It's really a workshop this morning. Um, but I want to start by saying that niching has been hugely important in my own business. When I first went online, I was trying to appeal to everyone. I was trying to be everything to everyone. And honestly, I didn't have much success with my marketing. My real breakthrough was in discovering my niche, discovering who I was really suited to work with, who I was passionate about working with, and also who was profitable to work with. So this morning, I'm going to be looking at doing a little exercise with you guys to help you to niche down. Now, even if you've been in business a long time, you have to continually refocus on this topic because we should be refining our niche all the time. And especially now, because there are thousands and thousands of personal stylists online, and if we're all offering the same thing, it is a red ocean. That's what I mean by a red ocean. I'm going to be talking about a red ocean and a blue ocean. I have talked about this concept before. I'm going to be talking about it more again this morning. So, a red ocean is when there's lots of people out there competing for the same thing. So, people offering the same color, style, wardrobe, shopping services. So, we're going to be going deeper this morning. I'm going to be helping you guys to refine your niche. So even if you have done some work on niching down already, even if you think, I already know my niche, I want you to stay with what I'm talking about this morning because I think you will get a lot of value from it. Okay, so first up, I'd like to talk about the three biggest mistakes I see in niching, because yeah, you might be making one of these mistakes, and if you can identify that, it will help you take the next step in terms of niching down. Now, I'm refining my niche all the time. I continue to refine my niche as the market becomes crowded. So the market can become crowded all the time, and that's why you need to go deeper. And also, as you understand your ideal client, as you understand your own passions, your own skills, how you want to work, you can continue to niche down. So if you're joining me here this morning, I do see some eyes. Say hello. Hey, Amanda, great to have you here. Is there anyone else joining me live? Say hello. Okay, so the first mistake I see a lot of women make, or a lot of personal stylists make, is choosing a niche market just because it is profitable or you think it's profitable. That is not the best way to choose a niche, honestly, because you can dive into niches like corporate clients or business women or entrepreneur. But if you're not passionate about it, and if you don't know a lot about this niche, you're going to fall flat on your face pretty quickly. Because the reality is, to market what you're doing, you have to be passionate about it. You have to love it with all your heart. And that helps you to turn up every day. But if you just dive in there and pick a niche because you think it's profitable, and I see lots of people doing this, picking a professional woman, picking corporate, picking, a woman, that's looking to lose weight or something like that. If you're not passionate about that, and if you don't know a lot about that, hey, Trudy, brilliant to see you. If you're not passionate about your niche, it's going to be very hard to turn up day in, day out, even when you're getting no clients, even when there's a downturn in the economy, even when you're not feeling great. So picking a niche that you absolutely love, you love talking about it, you know a lot about it, is really, really important. And that passion and love of your topic will get you through on the tough days. So don't just go and pick a niche because somebody else did it or somebody else told you it was profitable. Okay, so that's number one. Number two that I've written down here is not doing market research. Now, one of the ways that you can keep redefining your niche and getting deeper into your niche, and to be honest, getting more profitable clients, is really to understand your ideal client at a deep level. So you're constantly doing market research. So maybe you start off with a professional woman, and then you realize actually, there's hundreds of different types of professional woman. The professional woman that I'm really interested in working with is a woman who has, taken time off from maternity leave, and now I'm going to help her go back to work. I'm going to help her reestablish herself. I'm going to help her to, combine a new baby and work. And then you might go deeper again, so you can keep going deeper. But that research often comes with choosing a niche and starting to get deeper and deeper and deeper, and to continue learning within that niche that you have chosen. So, for instance, for me, I'm continually learning, I'm continually listening to you. The reason that I'm doing this talk today is because I'm listening to you guys. I've had several clients who kind of are still struggling with their niche because they kind of flip from being really niched into another niche to another niche. So it's really, really important to understand that you need to kind of deepen your niche. You need a deep understanding of who you're speaking to and how you can help them, and also how you can connect with them. So even if you have a niche that you're not thrilled about, start going deeper. And the exercise I'm going to do with you this morning will help you to do that. So hang in there for the exercise. And the last mistake that I've written down here that I see people do is not niching down enough. So they've niched at some stage in their career and they've stuck with that niche. And now there's thousands and thousands of other consultants online, and you are not niche enough. You're not solving a specific problem. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of other image consultants out there doing the same thing. Um, so despite the fear of niching down, it's still one of the most important things you need to do. I myself was very, very nervous about choosing personal stylists as a niche because I just felt, oh my God, I don't know if there's enough personal stylists out there. I don't know if, I'm going to make enough income from this particular, or the amount of income that I wanted from this particular niche. So I have niched and niched and niched, and I continue to do that work. So I'm very specific now in what type of personal stylist, what kind of consultant I want to work with, and who I can truly help at a deep level. But I didn't start like that. I started with a very wide niche of a personal stylist or an image consultant. That has narrowed and narrowed and narrowed. And that's what you need to be doing with your ideal client as well. So, who's ready to do a little exercise with me on niching down? Say, pop a yes into the comments if you are ready to do a little exercise with me. Who wants to do the exercise? Pop a yes into the comments. I want to see some yeses. I want to see that you are still with me. Have you seen the attachment in the event notice? I've put in a little link in there so you can get in there and you can either review it online. Breda's online, yes. Amanda saying yes, great. Hashtag replay, I want to hear yes as well. Because I want to know that you're still with me. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to share my screen. So let me do that. So you should see my screen. Can everybody see my screen? Let me know if you can see my blue handout. It's called Find or Redefine Your Niche. Can you see that on the screen? I need another yes. I need more yeses. I need lots of yeses this morning. So let me know if you can see my download on the screen. I'm not seeing anything yet. I'm really hoping that people are seeing this. Let me know if you are seeing it. I'm in a very good mood because I've been out for my walk this morning. I'm not seeing any yeses yet. Can everybody see the blue download, find, redefine your niche on the screen? Can somebody give me a thumbs up or a yes? I'm not seeing anything. I'm really praying that people are seeing this. It could be just that the comments are not coming in. So, you know what? I can see it on my own screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Oh, hang on. Trudy just said something. Trudy just said yes. Yes, Trudy can see it. Great. Okay. So what I'm sharing on my screen here is a handout to help you to find or redefine your niche. So we're going to go through it here. The idea here is it's a little worksheet where you can print it out and you can jot down your ideas in the different section. So the first section here asks about what I love talking about. So what do you love talking about to your friends? What's your favorite thing that you love talking to your clients? What do you love reading about as well? So for me, for instance, I absolutely adore color and I talk about color all the time and I think about color. Additionally, I don't really read fiction anymore. I tend to read a lot about marketing and sales, and it just fascinates me. That part of my business actually fascinates me. And, successful people's biographies or that kind of thing, learning and understanding, how to help personal stylists make more money in their business, how I can make more money, how my clients can make more money. So that fascinates me. So that's something I love talking about. So I have one particular friend who also has a business. And we spend hours talking about strategies and what works and what doesn't work. And that's actually what I love doing with my clients as well. So put in here in this first section what I love talking about. Just jot down a few ideas in there. What is it that you absolutely love talking about? Is it travel? Is it your dogs? Is it what do you spend a lot of time talking about? Has anybody any ideas? Pop one or two ideas into the comments for me, please, so that I know that you are getting what I'm talking about. Has anybody put anything in the comments yet? Let me have a quick peek and see. Um, what do you absolutely adore talking about? And you could spend the whole night talking about that. Um, pop an idea into the comments for me. Okay, skills I've acquired. So these are skills you've acquired over the course of your career. So, for instance, maybe you have acquired color skills, so you can do color consulting. Maybe you've acquired yoga skills through some training program. Maybe you have acquired skills through, a previous job. So, for instance, I worked in manufacturing for many years before I became a personal stylist. And it mightn't be immediately obvious that those skills will help you now in your career, but actually they do. And I know the manufacturing environment really well. I know the women who work in manufacturing. I know the concerns that they have. I know the concerns. So I do actually use that in my business as well, because many of my clients will have worked in a corporate environment before they were a personal stylist. So I use that with my clients. I use those skills that I learned and the understanding that I have from that industry in the work that I do now. And if you can bring those skills that you've acquired into what you do now, it makes you truly unique. It makes you stand out from everyone else. There's not many personal stylist business coaches who have worked in manufacturing for many years before they became a coach. So it makes you unique. It makes you different. I use a lot of the stories that happened while I was working in manufacturing. That transition from manufacturing into being a personal stylist and my difficulties. So I use all that in my work now as a business coach to personal stylists. And I use that uniquely, and it makes me unique, and it's very, very valuable experience that I bring to the table. So if you can bring that past into what you do now, you're starting already to get quite niche. So what people ask me for advice about? So what do people ask me for advice about? Even my friends who have their own businesses, they ask me about business. They ask me, how do you do this? How do you do that? How can you be so visible? How are you not concerned about what people think of you? So for you, what is it that your friends and your family and your clients ask you? How do you always look great? How do you, always have the right color? How do you keep your hair immaculate? What are the questions that your people are asking you? So they're asking you for advice, and they're asking you for advice because they admire something in you. They recognize that you have expertise in that area, and they want your advice and they want you to help them. So what are people asking you for advice about? So I want you to jot all those ideas in there. Amanda is saying color psychology, recovering from trauma. That's brilliant, Amanda. Loss or grief. That is amazing. Why do people ask you about that, Amanda? And she's talking about using life events to grow. That's amazing, Amanda. So that makes you unique and special. It makes you um, stand out from the crowd if you are talking about that, or if you incorporate that into your services. Now, I know, having gone through a major grief and loss, about 5 years ago, that I really needed help after that. I lost myself, I lost all kind of interest in my appearance and how I presented myself. And I needed someone to help me to get up out of that hole. And if I had somebody there on social media telling me that they could help me in this instance, I would have paid whatever. And that is the absolute brilliance in, being unique in what you provide, being um, totally different. And, once you have experience in this area, it's just amazing. And Amanda's saying that's what I love talking about. So can't you imagine that it's just going to be so much easier to market yourself when you're talking about something you love? It's so much easier. Amanda's saying people also ask me about putting colors together. I always look out together and unique. You always look put together and unique. Exactly, Amanda. Exactly, exactly, exactly. You are absolutely getting what I'm talking about here this morning. Okay, let's keep going. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to just brain dump into these first three sections here. What I love talking about, skills I've acquired, and what people ask me for advice about. Just brain dump in here. Don't get too concerned yet. Now, in here down further in the second set of boxes, I've put niche red ocean and niche blue ocean. So taking the topics above, like what I love talking about, and bringing it down into the red ocean. So the red ocean is like a broad category. So it might be a broad category would be talking about color analysis. Color analysis, like practically every personal stylist talks about color analysis. Or maybe it's, weight loss. There's so much about weight loss online that I would consider that's a red ocean. There's so many people competing for that. So, based on the first box, what I love talking about, how can you put that into a broad niche category or a red ocean? Once you have that done, you want to come down into and try and bring it into a blue ocean. So, taking Amanda's example, for instance, she loves talking about color, she loves talking about color psychology, but she also mentioned that she loves, helping people get over grief or trauma. So, what about bringing that down in here and using your color psychology, your color skills to help people to get out of that black hole that they're in and move into a space of, acceptance and away from grief and back toward living, a joyful life again. So then you are bringing what is a generic kind of topic that every single personal stylist will talk about and use into a blue ocean where you're using your skills to specifically help a grief-stricken person move on to accept and move on and have more joy in their life again and see the possibility of being able to enjoy life again. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, Amanda. What does that sound like to you? Now, what actually happens when people start getting more niches? Fear moves in. So fear moves in to them, and they just think, well, that's too niche. There's not enough people out there going through this. And that's a perfectly normal fear. It is a normal fear to have this. But remember, niches are not set in stone, and you can always get broader again if it's not working for you. Um, but once you start getting much more specific and much more focused on helping someone overcome a particular problem, then I guarantee you your business will change. And what's more, people will pay you more. People will pay you more when you are more specific, when you show expertise, when you're solving a specific problem. Would I pay, 1,000 to go and have my color and style and makeup done? Question mark. Would I pay 1,000 to work with somebody who's going to give me all those services, but also help me to move on with my life, to get over this grief, to find my joy again, to find my purpose again? Absolutely, I would pay 1,000. It would be a no-brainer for me because it's such a big problem, and I know it's holding me back. And it's not that I want to forget the person, or it's not any of those things. It's just that I realize that that person would probably want me to go on and have a life of joy. So I think it's very, very important. Now, I'm only using this as an example. It's not that I'm saying that this is set in stone, but this is the level of depth you need to go to. Now, I see that Trudy has also mentioned in here women in midlife who have lost their sense of identity and want to express their true self without fear of judgment. Absolutely, Trudy. But which women in midlife? I mean, I'm a woman in midlife. You're a woman in midlife. Most of the women on here are women in midlife. So it needs to be more specific. Who specifically? Who is this woman? So again, you're going deeper. So Amanda's saying, I'm worried my niche is people who don't have a lot of money. Very, very important, Amanda. People who have long-term conditions that have impacted their life. So that's very, very, very important, that you choose a niche that's profitable. So let me go finish out the worksheet, Amanda, and then I'm going to talk about areas that are profitable. Now, for most people, if the problem is big enough, Amanda, they can find the money. They will find the money. So if what you're providing is solving a real problem, if somebody is really low and they're stuck in their life and they're trying to get over trauma and they really need to get over trauma, they will find the money to help them do this. If you're talking to the same people and talking about color and style, they probably think, well, I'm not wasting my money on that. So it's about really understanding at a deep level what your client will pay for and what they won't pay for, which goes back to the research that I was talking about. Okay, let me finish out the sheet. I'm going to go back in here and have a look again. So I'm moving down the sheet. So you do the exact same thing for the skills I've acquired. So first you look at the red ocean and then you look at the blue ocean. So basically the idea is that this is giving you ideas. It's like a dumping your brain on paper to look at the possibilities for you. What people ask me for advice about, again, what is the red ocean and what could a potentially blue ocean be? Something that will make you stand out from the crowd, that's uniquely you. I've given you a little section down here to write notes. And over here, I'm going to talk about the sweet spot. Now, the sweet spot is where your passions, your strengths or skills, and what people want, what they want, where all of those intersect, is really, really important. That's your sweet spot. Okay. People will pay for that. Okay. So Does that make sense to everyone? Does anyone have any questions about that right now? What you need to do on the little worksheet? If you haven't, I'm going to talk about, the areas that people will pay money for. And you may look into one of these areas as a place where, you're willing to focus on, to make sure that you're working in a profitable area. Amanda is saying, great, thank you very much. So, people will pay for what's really important to them. So, the first area you might look into is, how does what you're providing, how does that relate to helping them with their relationship? So relationships are really, really important to people, and they want to make their relationships work. I know for sure that my relationship with my husband is really, really important to me. I want to make that work. So if you provide a service to me that will help me to maintain and grow that relationship, or get me out of trouble in that relationship, I will pay you. Same for my children. So, if you are providing services that will help with parenting, if you're providing services that will help with marriage, if you're providing services that will help with divorce, I've gone through a divorce and now I'm trying to meet somebody again, or dating. Any of your services related, if you can relate them to relationships, people will pay for that. Will people pay to get their color done? Will they pay to get their style done? Questionable. They look at it as a luxury service. Will people pay to get them out of trouble in their relationships, or get the man of their dreams or the woman of their dreams? Yes, they will. Okay. Next thing that people will pay for is health. They will pay for health because if you don't have health, or if you have a problem with your health, people will pay for it. So if you can relate your services to weight loss, healthy eating, dieting, fitness, mental health, people will pay for this. So for instance, if I'm trying to lose weight and in some way your services can help me with that, through being able to dress slimmer and then feeling better about myself, so feeling more motivated to stay on a diet or whatever, then I will pay for those services. Is this making sense to you guys? Is there a way that you could potentially tie your services into making them more profitable? The next one is money. People will pay if you can show them that you can help them make more money through your services. So, for instance, if you can show that your services will help them get a job, if you can show them that your services will help them make more money in their own business, if your service, for instance, could help them, be more confident in networking environments, therefore allowing them to get more clients. So tying your services in with helping them to make more money people will definitely, if they can see a return on their investment, they will definitely pay you for that. Again, you notice I'm not talking about color, I'm not talking about style, I'm not talking about wardrobe, I'm talking about a practical way that you can help your client reach their goals. So they want to get the promotion, they want to make more money in their business, they want to be how they're going to do that is how you're going to help them. Okay, self-improvement. People will pay for self-improvement. People love self-improvement. You know this yourself if you are a personal stylist. You will pay to look better. So people spend on their teeth, they spend on their hair, they spend. If you can tie it in with, self-improvement, beauty, self-esteem, confidence, mindset, life coaching, people will pay for this. And passions. People pay if, you are helping them with a particular passion. So, like for instance, maybe they absolutely adore, art, and you incorporate that into your services. So you talk about, using art as a way to get inspiration to get dressed. Art, travel, photography, crafting, technology, gardening, anything. If you can incorporate your own passion. So, for instance, let me get more specific because this may not make that much sense to you. So, say, for instance, your passion is golf. You adore golf. You love it. And you could talk about it all day. If you are talking about that on social media, you're going to draw in a client who also loves golf. And then you think, how can I help this lady who adores golf? How can I create something specific for her, where she feels listened to, unique, that you're helping her improve her game, that you're helping her look better while she's playing her game, you're improving her confidence, you are reinforcing, that this is a great way to spend your retirement or whatever. So that's how you pull your own passions into what you're doing. You have this passion, you can talk about it all day, you've loads of material, you can stand up, you will naturally attract this crowd. So that is 5 profitable niche markets right there that you can, tie your services into and make money from. So Amanda, you're concerned that people won't pay if they have long-term health conditions. I absolutely don't agree with that. I think there are many, many people out there who have long-term health conditions who would absolutely pay for somebody who can help them, improve their quality of life, feel better, and perhaps, reverse their health. I know, I don't know if you've heard of it, but Michael Mosley in the UK, he has initially had the Fast 5-2, and now he's talking about Fast 800 diet. And I know that he helps people reverse diabetes. He makes massive, massive money from that. Massive money. People who have long-term illnesses who are now looking to, have a better quality of life. How can you help these long-term health people with these health conditions have a better quality of life? So I am really hoping that I've inspired whoever is watching this, to really look deeply at what you are doing and incorporating your passions, your skills, with, a market that is profitable. It's totally possible for everyone here, but it requires you to be brave, and it requires you to move away from what everyone else is doing. Stop doing the same thing as every other personal stylist out there and move into an area that lights you up, that makes you feel amazing, that makes you feel like you're stepping into your power. And when I became a business mentor, business coach to personal stylist, I stepped into my power. I completely felt at home. I felt this is an area that I can really help personal stylists with because I was there. I was the personal stylist who wasn't making money in my business. And it was a huge pain for me. It was a huge, huge pain. So I know that pain in you and I can help you overcome that. So, if you do this exercise, I promise you, it will help you go a little deeper. It will help you to, get clearer in your ideal client. Now, I've gone in on a little bit longer than usual this morning, but I want to tell you 4 ways that I can help you get, if you want to work with me further on ideal client. It is ideal client, your niche, is the foundation of every single thing you build. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I help people find their niche in my Savvy Stylist Success School. So I have a hot seat coming up where if you're on this session, I can help you to go deeper. So you get some one-on-one time with me within a group environment where you can go deeper into your niche. The second place I can help you to find your niche, and it's part of all my programs, is in my Six Figure Stylist 6-month mentorship program. One of the first things that I work with all my Six Figure stylists is ideal client. Even if they tell me I already know my niche, usually it's not specific enough. Usually it's too broad. So I work in my mentorship to help my ideal clients. We do one-on-one work to identify your clients. In my retreat that I'm running in October, my Six Figure Stylist retreat, I will be doing a half-day intensive on ideal client, on niching, because before you create any passive income stream, you have to understand your ideal client at a very deep level. So my Six Figure Stylist retreat also includes ideal client work and niching down. I also have something new. I have a VIP half day private intensive with me, and it's called Claim Your Niche, where we work together for half a day to help you to find your niche, to get really, really clear. And why I'm passionate about this is because everything falls into place when you know who that person is. A lot of personal stylists need help to claim that. They struggle to claim that niche. And that's what I'm here to help you to do, is to really claim that niche. So this VIP half day intensive where you work one-on-one with me is one of the only ways that you can work one-on-one with me. There are 3 places at the initial price. After this, it goes up. And any of you who have worked with me in the past, you know the story. The first time I do something, it's a low price and then it swings upward. So if you are interested in working one-on-one with me, in working on your ideal client, working on claiming your niche, your blue ocean, the foundation for everything that you will do in your business, whether it's passive income, whether it's a high ticket program, whether it's a mentorship, you need to do this work. So that is my session today. Does anyone have any questions for me? Does anyone want to ask me anything before I skive off for lunch here? If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. If you have any questions for me, I will come back in here and I will answer the questions underneath this post. If you are interested in any of the programs I talked about this morning, the Success School, which is 85 euros a month, the Six Figure Stylist mentorship, pop me a question. There is an application form for both the mentorship and the retreat. I only take women who are at a particular level in their business, who are ready to invest at a level to get the financial income that they really want. So that requires an investment. That's not just going to happen. You know, it's not any old course. That is a mentorship with me. Same with the retreat. And finally, the VIP half day intensive. I incorporate it in every single workshop, every single mentorship, every single retreat. Everything starts with this. Falguni would like to know more about the hot seat. So the hot seat, I have a membership, Falguni. It's 85 euros a month. In that, I help the members with ideal clients. So they do the base work and then they have an opportunity to come on live with me and to drill down further. There is a minimum 3-month joining requirement for the membership. It's 85 euros a month. Does that answer your question, Falguni? Let me know. So basically, you get access to the Ideal Client Workshop. You're getting access to all the lives that I've done around that. And then when you have done that basic work, you get the opportunity to come on and do a live where we talk and I help you to drill down further. What's the price for the half day? For the half day, Amanda, it's 495 euros, a one-time payment, and I go really, really deep. So I'm not sure what currency you're working in, Amanda, but there's only 3 places at that price. Once I get those 3 people, it's gone. And it's going to be at a different price. So if you're interested to do that, I would suggest you DM me ASAP. So that is my session for today, guys. I hope there was something in there to help you. So Amanda is saying pounds. So it's going to be less pounds, Amanda. So I can afterwards, after this live, I'll go in and I'll put it in pounds and US dollars and euros. And as I say, once the first 3 are gone, that's it. I don't do a lot of one-on-one work because my preference is to work in groups, but for ideal client work, it is so important that I do make an exception for that. So have a wonderful, wonderful Friday and weekend, everyone. And I will catch you again next week. Take care and have a brilliant weekend.